Canada was once seen as a land of opportunity, freedom, and immense stability. But today, many Canadians are saying enough is enough and are looking to leave their native country for good. In fact, Canadians are looking for better opportunities abroad in Latin America. Why? Because of ever-increasing cost of living, skyrocketing taxes, and less personal freedom. Alright, let's break it down with facts and numbers. Let's start with the cost of living. Canada has become one of the most expensive countries to live in. Here are some hard numbers. In Toronto, the rent for an average one-bedroom apartment is 2,500 Canadian dollars per month. While in Vancouver, it's even higher at $2,800 a month. A family of 4 in Canada spends an average of 1,200 Canadian dollars per month on groceries. And that is before inflation takes its toll. Gas prices fluctuate, but they're currently averaging $1.60 to $2 per liter. Needless to say, daily commuting is becoming more expensive for everyday Canadians. The average monthly utility bill in Canada is sitting at 200 Canadian dollars per month. And high-speed internet can cost another 80 to 150 Canadian dollars per month. These expenses are pushing middle-class Canadians to the brink, making it nearly impossible to save or invest in a better future. Beyond the high cost of living, Canadians are taxed at very extreme levels. Consider this. Income taxes. A Canadian earning 100,000 Canadian dollars annually pays around 30,000 Canadian dollars in federal and provincial taxes. Depending on the province, sales taxes range from 5 to 15%. Of course, you also have property taxes. With an ever-increasing government budget and increasing social spending, Canadians are seeing the hard-earned money disappear while getting very little in return. Let's talk about personal freedoms in Canada, a point that has been rarely discussed in recent years. Personal freedom is in massive decline in Canada, and the last crisis is the perfect example to examine this very fact. During the past crisis, Canadians saw firsthand how their bank accounts can be frozen for disagreeing with the political establishment. Lockdown, censorship laws, and surveillance have taken place in Canada, removing personal liberties that were once taken for granted. Firearm restrictions are also in place in Canada. Canada is continuing to tighten gun laws, limiting self-defense options for law-abiding citizens. These issues have led many Canadians to look elsewhere for a better life. Now the question is, where are Canadians going? Canadians are relocating to many different countries in Latin America. Latin America offers a low cost of living, lower taxes, less surveillance, less government, and more personal freedom. On top of that, the quality of life is often superior, with warmer weather, better dating opportunities, and less government interference. Let's compare the cost of living with some of the most frequently chosen countries in Latin America. Let's start out with Paraguay. A one-bedroom apartment in Asunción, Paraguay can cost you as little as $250 per month, but typically you're going to pay $250 to maybe $450 per month. And of course, this is just a small fraction of the money that you pay for a shoebox condo in Quebec or Toronto. Citizens and residents of Paraguay typically spend anywhere from $150 to $250 per month on groceries. Gasoline costs $1 to $1.10 per liter. For health insurance, you're going to pay roughly $50 to $100 a month. Dining out at a mid-range restaurant is going to cost you $20 to $40. Here's where it gets real cheap. Education, private schooling for your children costs you roughly $3,000 to $5,000 US per year. Asunción, Paraguay offers an incredible quality of life, a low cost of living, very little government, great freedom, and a friendly population that is welcoming you, making it an ideal destination for snowbirds looking to depart their native country for good. Personal income tax rates are low in Paraguay. Paraguay, you're looking to pay no more than 10% in personal income taxes, making Paraguay one of the most tax-friendly countries in the entire world. What about Panama, one of the most popular countries Canadians choose to relocate to? A one-bedroom apartment in Panama City costs you around $700 to $1,200 US per month. For groceries, you're going to pay $250 to $400 US per month. Gasoline is about the same cost as in Paraguay, sitting at $1 to $1.10 per liter. Health insurance is also more expensive in Panama than Paraguay. You're looking to pay $100 to $300 per month for health insurance. Dining out is going to cost you $40 to $80 for a mid-range restaurant for two. Education, private education for your children is going to cost you $5,000 to $10,000 US dollars annually. Public transportation would be $25 to $30 per month. Like Paraguay, Panama is a very tax-friendly location. It's a small country located in Central America, bordering Colombia and Costa Rica. Panama is home to a territorial tax system where you pay 0% tax on foreign-sourced income, meaning income generated from outside Panama's borders. Paraguay also has the same tax system as Panama. You see, as a Canadian, you're not tied to citizenship-based taxation, meaning once you leave Canada and abandon your residency and tax obligations and relocate to, say, Paraguay or Panama, you're going to pay 0% on foreign-sourced income. So you get to keep a lot more of what you earn. On top of that, Panama is home to the Friendly Nations visa program. There are many visas available for nationals from eligible countries, including Canadians. You can qualify for Panamanian residency by incorporating a business, getting married to a Panamanian citizen, or purchasing a piece of real estate. On top of that, also Panama has a retirement visa program. So if you earn $1,000 or more per month, you may qualify for a retirement visa for Panama. Next, Uruguay, another very interesting country located in South America. Beautiful coastline, very European, great weather throughout the year, very peaceful, very politically stable country where you can rent a one-bedroom apartment for as little as $700, but you may also pay as much as $1,500 per month. You see, Uruguay is not one of the cheapest countries to live in. In fact, it's one of the most expensive countries in whole Latin America. However, the quality of life is superior to many countries you see in Latin America. So you're going to pay more, but you also get more. Groceries in Uruguay are going to cost you anywhere from $250 to $450 per month per person. Gasoline is slightly more expensive than in Panama and Paraguay, sitting at $1.30 to $1.50 per liter of gasoline. Health insurance will cost you at least $150 per month in Uruguay. Dining out for two at a mid-range restaurant is going to cost you $40 to $80 per meal. Education for your children, $5,000 to $10,000 annually. You see, Uruguay offers one of the highest quality of life in whole Latin America. It's the most European country probably in whole Latin America. It resembles a lot of the features that you see on the continent of Europe. So if you like living in Europe, but perhaps you don't like many of Europe's modern day policies, you may want to consider relocating to a country that is less surveilled, that is less part of the 2030 agenda. Go live in Uruguay. Last but not least, Costa Rica. Another interesting country where you can rent a one-bedroom apartment for as little as $600 to $1,200 per month. You would live in a very tropical country with friendly, hospitable locals, great food, great weather, beautiful beaches. I mean, Costa Rica is really home to some of the friendliest people you will ever meet. The cost of living would definitely be lower than in Canada. So $600 to $1,200 a month for a one-bedroom apartment, $200 to $350 a month for groceries. Gasoline costs $1.10 to $1.20 per liter, and health insurance is $100 to $250 per month. Very similar to Panama. Just like in Panama and Uruguay, you can expect to pay roughly $5,000 to $10,000 annually for your children's education. You see, each of the countries we discussed in this video has a very unique value proposition. If you like tropical beaches, friendly people, humid weather, and more close proximity to Canada, Costa Rica and Panama are just the best options you can take. If you want to be further away from all the madness, if you like it a little bit cooler, and you want to be in South America, then Paraguay and Uruguay are great options because both countries offer a pretty good tax system, especially for Uruguay if you qualify for the 11-year tax exemption. As I've stated, Paraguay is home to a territorial tax system, so it's not an exemption, it's territorial forever pretty much. If you're interested in leaving all the craziness behind and establish yourself in Latin America, please book a consultation with us today. Go to nomadelite.com, book your consultation today, and I look forward to talking to you. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I look forward to welcoming you to Latin America.